ほら、ルフィ、今一緒に海賊になる仲間を探してるんだ。
Hello guys, welcome to my channel The Wandering Zoro, your go-to destination for anime-related content. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. In today's video, we're going to be diving into part 3 of the series. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. Issei finished boosting power. Issei, I'm ready now. Are you? Rias, absolutely. Drake, transfer. He transferred power to Rias. Then, power began to erupt. Lots of power. Ricky, we're in for something crazy. Kokobile, now things are getting interesting. Yes, what you've got there is a devil's power to the highest degree. You've been blessed with strength on par with that of your big bad brother, little girl. Rias, in that case, be gone. She fired an extremely powerful blast of destruction magic. However, Kokobile was trying to block it. Kokobile, so much better and far more interesting. Almost as good as Surzex. Rias released everything she had, but eventually, she fell down. Exhausted. Issei Rias. Rias go? Aquino. Aquino was flying above Kokobile. Aquino, now ring out, thunder. She sent a blast at Kokobile, but he was blocking them with his wings. Kokobile, could it be she who possesses the power of Barkiel is trying to fight? Aquino, don't speak his name. I am nothing like that creature. Issei, what's a Barkiel? Izuku, one of the fallen angel leaders. He can use lightning and thunder. Issei, well, that's a strange coincidence. Izuku, I seriously doubt that's a coincidence. Aquino's lightning stopped. She was out of breath. Kokobile laughed. Kokobile, oh dear, say it isn't so. Why choose to fall so far as to be a devil? What an amusing house, Rias. The Red Dragon Emperor. A ruined Holy Sword Project subject. And Barkiel's daughter. Issei what? Izuku, told you. Kokobile, how terribly amusing. A propensity for inferior products must run in the family. Rias, your insulting comment about my family will not be tolerated. But for insulting my servants and friends, you will pay the ultimate price and die. Kokobile then flew down. Kokobile, by all means, go ahead and try. Izuku, we'll take it from here. Let's go, Ricky. Ricky, right. They began to charge towards Kokobile. Kokobile, how foolish. Ricky activated one for aura and got right in front of Kokobile. Ricky, Sinnoh strike. Kokobile tried to block the punch with his wings, but he was still sent back a bit. Izuku, extreme speed. He went in to tackle Kokobile with extreme speed. However, Kokobile swung his sword at Izuku. Luckily, he caught the light sword in his teeth. Ricky, bone rush. He created a bone staff and clashed with Kokobile's other sword. Kokobile, oh, you two are stronger than you look. He parried them back. Kokobile then sent 2 light slash projectiles at them. Izuku, jump Ricky. Ricky jumped over it. Kaneko, Izuku. Look out. Izuku, 1,000 waves. He split himself up into a bunch of hexagons and avoided the attack before barraging Kokobile and sent him back a bit before Ricky landed and Izuku put himself back together. Izuku, nice trick. But I've already done that. 1,000 arrows. He fired a bunch of green arrows at Kokobile, but he blocked them with his wings. Kokobile, cute, but is that all you've got? He shook off the arrows. However, Ricky got in front of Kokobile and punched him in the face, sending him back even more. Kokobile, impressive. Take this. He sent a giant blast of light at Ricky, but Izuku got in the way. Izuku, Core Enforcer. He unleashed Core Enforcer and countered the blast. Kokobile, why fight so hard for a group of losers who don't even know they've lost their master? Izuku lost their master? What does that mean? Kokobile, whoops. That just slipped right out. Zenovia, answer. Kokobile began laughing maniacally. Kokobile, I guess I am trying to start a war. There's no point in hiding it any longer. I might as well tell you the brutal truth. In the previous 3-way war, God was actually killed along with the 4 great devil kings. Everyone's eyes widened in shock. Zenovia, no way. God's dead? Rias, he's what? God has been dead. How is that possible? Mio, you're lying. I've never heard anything about that. Izuku, but if what he says is true, this kind of thing would be hidden away at all costs. Kokobile, correct. Back then, the devils lost all their kings and most of their high-level devils. The angels and fallen angels lost almost everyone except for their leaders. Pure angels could not increase their numbers, and purebred devils are just as rare, aren't they? Asia, it's not true. It can't be. Kokobeel. All sides have been ruined to the point where they have to rely on humans to survive. Angels, fallen angels, devils. The leaders of the three factions had to seal away this information. That way the God-fearing humans would keep on fearing, just like your friend suspected. Zenobia fell to her knees. Zenobia, lies. They're lies. It's not true. Kokobeel. Now, try to remember I couldn't care less about any of that. What drives me crazy is the fact that after God and those devil kings died, it was decided to stop the war. Why would they do something like that in the middle of winning? How dare they try to keep me from squashing my enemies just when it was getting fun? We would have won. Even that Azazel declared there would never be another war. What the? Izuku grit his teeth. Asia, God doesn't exist anymore? Then where is the love that has been given to us coming from? Kokobeel, heh. Michael has been doing just fine. Zenobia, the Archangel Michael is acting as God's agent? Kokobeel, with a little bit of help from Arceus. He's still alive. As long as the system works, prayers and exorcisms will endure to a certain extent. I'm sure someone has been listening. Asia then fainted and Ricky caught her. Liko, Asia, Zenobia, it's a natural reaction. I'm surprised I can still think right now. Kokobeel, well, I suppose knowing the number of believers in God has drastically dropped probably doesn't help anything, does it? But without anyone to manage the balance between good and evil, it's no wonder that something contradictory like the Holy Devil Sword would appear, which means the war must continue. And I'll keep it going by taking your heads if I have to. Izuku, are you done? Kokobeel, huh? Everyone looked at Izuku, who had an angry look on his face. Izuku, how does this give you a reason for destroying the town? How does this make it okay to cause more unnecessary deaths? It doesn't. So God is dead. This doesn't change anything. God has been dead for a long time. Knowing that now won't make a difference. It doesn't change our motives. He sent out a green shockwave. Izuku, I refuse to let this war happen. The chaos it could cause, the deaths that could take place, I won't let any of that happen. I'll stop you. Right here. Right now? Because a real hero will always find a way for justice to be served. Green lights then appeared around the barrier. Saji, what's going on? Sona, those are Zygarde cells. So many cells appeared that the barrier shattered. They then began to enter Izuku. Issei, he's absorbing more cells. Rias, everyone get back. He's about to transform. Everyone got back as Izuku transformed again. Issei, holy cow. Zenobia, what just happened? Rias, Izuku's transformed into his 50% form. Kokobeel, this should be fun. He sent a light lance at Izuku and hit him. However, it seemed to have no effect. Kokobeel, what? Izuku, extreme speed. That attack was a lot more powerful than before and sent Kokobeel flying. Kokobeel, GH. Izuku, you will not harm my friends any more than you already have. Dragon Pulse. Izuku fired Dragon Pulse at the Warmonger and blasted him. Kokobeel, so strong. Izuku, 1,000 arrows. He sent many arrows down on Kokobeel. He tried to dodge them while flying, but there were too many of them. He got hit by a bunch of them and fell to the ground. Izuku, 1,000 waves. He split himself up into a bunch of hexagons and barraged Kokobeel, making him scream in pain before Izuku reassembled himself right above Kokobeel and tried to crush him. Unfortunately, Kokobeel was able to dodge in time. However, Izuku, lands wrath. The ground gave way and the attack landed on Kokobeel, sending him back more. Kokobeel, KHH. Kokobeel got back up and tried to kill Izuku with a barrage of light spears. However, they had no effect on him. Kokobeel, who are you? Izuku, I am the Green Dragon Emperor. I am the Defender of Order. I am Zygarde's host. Kokobeel's eyes widened when he heard the name Zygarde. Izuku, but most of all, I am Seiji, this town's hero. I will protect it with my life. This is it for you, Kokobeel. Core Enforcer. He blasted Kokobeel with a far more powerful Core Enforcer and vaporized him. Then, the magic square around the school disappeared. Rias, he won. Mio, so easily. Issei, that was awesome. Izuku turned to everyone. Izuku, is everyone okay? Kaneko, yeah? We're good. Sona, Rias. They looked to see Sona and her peerage. Izuku, hey Sona. Sona, So it's true. You've transformed into your 50% form. Saji, awesome dude. How do you feel? Izuku, weird. I mean, I've got no arms or legs. Oh, and it looks like I went too far. Liko, you think? Izuku then released the cells and turned back to normal. Sona, now Tsubaki. Time to repair the damage done to our school. Tsubaki, we should be able to manage before classes start. Rias, we can help. Sona, no. Taking care of the school is the job of the student council. Kiba looked at Surfetched. Kiba, thanks for always supporting me, my friend. Surfetched, from here on out, no more revenge, right? Kiba couldn't understand Surfetched, but he could tell from the look in his eyes what he was trying to say. Kiba, yeah? No more revenge. From here on out, I move forward and live my life rather than continue to focus on the past. Surfetched nodded with a smile. Rias, Kiba, Rias. Rias, I'm glad you decided to come back to us. And not only for you to be a balance breaker, but help your Farfetch'd evolve into a Surfetch'd. As your master, I can't tell you how proud of you that makes me. Kiba then kneeled. Kiba, still though, I betrayed the club members. I can't make up for what I've done. Rias, but you came back. That's enough for me, Kiba. That's enough for all of us. Next time, don't let everyone's feelings go to waste. Kiba, President, I'll make my vow to you once more. I, Kiba Yudo, promise to protect you and your companions as a knight of the House of Grimory for the rest of my life. Rias then hugged him. Rias, thank you. And welcome home. Issei, hey, get your face off there. That's my spot, GH. Saint Poison jabbed him, and he fell down in pain. Izuku, no more flaking out. Okay, Kiba? Kiba nodded. Rias, now then, Kiba. Kiba, yes? She had a magic circle in her hand. Issei, oh no, don't tell me. Rias, it's time to accept your punishment. Izuku has his 1,000 arrows and 1,000 waves, yes? Well, I have my 1,000 spankings. Kiba, what? Issei, this is awesome. Good luck taking it, pretty boy. Izuku, this sounds funny. The next day, Zenovia was at the ORC. Zenovia, hey. Izuku, Zenovia, you're here. Freed. Oh good, you found us. Issei, Rias, why is she here? Rias, she's the newly made knight of the House of Grimory. Welcome home, Zenovia. Freed, make sure to get along, kids. Izuku, she's a knight now? Zenovia made her devil wings appear to prove it. Izuku, she is. Zenovia, after I found out that God had actually died, I was desperate, so I begged her to take me in. Issei, wait, you begged for this? Seriously? Freed, apparently so. So this team now has the Durandal user. This makes you, Kiba, and Surfetched the sword fighters covering the right and left flanks. Izuku, that's great. Zenovia, and I transferred to this school as a second-year student earlier today. Izuku, huh? Neat. By the way, what happened to Irina? Zenovia, she returned to our headquarters. Irina's faith is deeper than mine. I didn't tell her God is dead because I didn't know if she'd be able to handle the truth. Izuku, I get it. And you were probably excommunicated just for finding out God's dead. Zenovia, yes. And Asia, I owe you an apology. If there is no God, then there is no hope of salvation or love, so I am very sorry. The things I said to you were wrong and hurtful. You may hit me if it will make you feel better. Asia, no thank you. Zenovia, for a holy sword user who should be respected to be cast out for knowing the truth. It's changed the way I look at everything. I can't get their treatment of me out of my head. I must have made you feel the same way. Asia, Zenovia, don't feel bad. Freed, she's right. You know, anyone in the entire world can make a mistake. However, those who are good people are able to own up to their mistakes and change for the better. Zenovia, thank you, Professor Freed. Oh, and Asia, I had a favor I wanted to ask of you. I would really appreciate it if you would show me around the school sometime. Asia, I'd love to. Zenovia then turned to Kiba and Surfetched. Zenovia, also, if it isn't too big of a deal, I think it would be fun to try out my holy sword Durandal against your holy devil sword again. Kiba, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe Surfetched could join, too. Zenovia, sounds good. Rias, now, we've got a new member, so let's go ahead and get the Occult Research Club back open for business. Everyone right. Izuku, Ricky, Asia, and Freed just walked into the ORC and... Rias, I'm absolutely livid. Izuku, what's going on? Rias, the Governor-General of the Fallen Angels has infiltrated my territory and interfered with my business. Izuku, the The Governor General of the Fallen Angels? Issei. Yeah. Turns out the only person who I signed a contract with was Azazel himself. Ricky. Oh, for the love of Arceus. Rias. And on top of that, he's attempting to make advances towards my prized servant. He deserves to die 1,000 deaths. Freed. That bad, huh? Kaneko. So, are there really going to be a bunch of leaders meeting here? Rias. There are. It's absolutely true. I received confirmation earlier. We're going to need to make a plan and discuss what will happen in the future. Any thoughts on the matter? Zenovia. I still can't believe this happened. All relationships have been changed. Nothing's the same between anyone. Devils, angels, or fallen angels. Rias. That's why a meeting of this sort happening so suddenly could quite frankly make things more complicated. I honestly can't help but wonder what's really going on. I do have a theory, however. Has to do with Azazel. Izuku. You think he's after mine and Issei's sacred gears? Freed. It's certainly a possibility. But don't worry. That won't happen. I got your back. After that, the club meeting went on like normal. The next day, everyone was at the pool, and it was filthy. Izuku, yuck. What happened? Akino. It hasn't been used since last year. Issei. We have to clean all of this. Zenovia. How does it make sense for our club to have to clean the swimming pool? Rias. It's actually the student council's job, but we've taken it over. We thought taking on this responsibility would be a great way to thank them for all the help they gave us with Kokobile. On the plus side, after we finish cleaning it, the pool will be ours to use as often as we like for at least a little while. Issei. No way. We have a pool. Freed. Oh boy. Here we go? Issei. Yes. I love cleaning pools. I live for it. He threw his hands up in the air. Issei. Raise your hand if you can't wait. Saint Poison jabbed him, and he fell into the dirty water. Saint. Raise 2 hands if you're a pervert. After that, they went to the changing room and got ready. Freed. This should be fun, right, bro? Izuku. Freed. Right. There could be a lot of exposed skin. Don't worry, bro. It'll be fine. Izuku. I hope so. Kiba. Hey, Izuku. Izuku HM? Kiba. So listen. I want you to know that if anyone tries to hurt you, I will destroy them. Izuku. Kiba. I know it seems random, but I was waiting to find a time to tell you. You saved my life, remember? If I can't return the service, then I can't call myself a knight of the House of Gremory. Izuku. You don't need to. This is just what friends are for. He put his hands on Kiba's shoulder. Izuku. If you want to return the service, just be the best person you can be. Okay. Kiba. Right. Thanks, Izuku. After that, some of the boys went to leave. Later, everyone was in swimsuits and the pool was empty. Akino then used water magic to fill it up. Izuku. Awesome. Rias. All right. Feel free to swim until your heart's content. Asia. Hey, Izuku. Izuku turned to see. Asia, what do you think of my swimsuit? Izuku went red. Izuku. I think you look great. Asia blushed. Asia, you have no idea how happy that makes me. This made Mio, Liko, and Kaneko jealous. Mio, what about mine, Izuku? Izuku. You look beautiful in it. Mio blushed. Mio, you're so sweet. Liko, what about me? Izuku. It looks really cute. Liko went red. Liko, thank you. Her tail began to wag. Izuku, so cute. Kaneko said nothing. Issei, by the way, where's Zenovia? Asia. Professor Freed needed to speak to her about something. Everyone then jumped into the pool. Well, not everyone. Kaneko stayed above water. Izuku. Kaneko? What's wrong? Kaneko. Liko. Kaneko never really got the chance to learn how to swim. Kaneko. Liko. Izuku, you can't swim? Kaneko looked down. Izuku. You want me to teach you? Kaneko, really? Izuku, yeah. And so, Izuku began to help teach Kaneko how to swim. He was holding her hands while she was kicking the water and backing up. Izuku. You're doing great, Kaneko. Kaneko. Hey, Izuku? Izuku, yeah? Kaneko. Sorry that you had to help me learn how to swim. Izuku. Don't worry about it. I'm happy to help. Izuku then hit the wall, and Kaneko ended up in his arms. They looked at each other and went bright red. Izuku. Eep. Sorry. Kaneko. Purrs. Izuku froze. Izuku. She purred. She purred. Freed and Zenovia then showed up to see what was going on. Freed. Whoa. Didn't see that coming. I gotta get a picture. He snapped a picture of the two. Kaneko. Come on, Chiron. This is your chance. Hey, Izuku. Izuku, yeah? Kaneko, can I ask you for something? Izuku, I'm sure. What is it? Kaneko, there's this restaurant I wanted to go to. Could you come with me tonight? Please? Everyone widened their eyes. Izuku, well, sure. Kaneko, really? Thank you. She hugged him tighter, making him even more red before Kaneko broke the hug and went over to Liko. Freed then jumped into the pool and went to Izuku. Freed, bro? You good? Izuku, Freed? Did I just get asked out on a date? Freed, seems like it. I'm so proud of you, bro. Izuku, what do I do? I already said yes, but I have no idea what to do for a date. Freed, haha. Don't worry, bro. I can help. Just leave it to me. Izuku nodded. Issei, well? They looked to see Issei watching Rias and Akino racing. Issei, the big sisters are at it. All right, time for a closer look. Boosted gear. He summoned the boosted gear and dove underwater. Freed, this won't end well for him. Underwater. Issei, if I transfer power to both my eyes, my vision will be powered up. Now this is exactly what my boosted gear should be used for. I gotta. But then, Saint Poison jabbed him again and dragged him out of the water. Saint, nice try. But I saw that coming. Izuku, he really should have expected that to happen. Freed, definitely. Izuku, by the way, Freed, you were talking about something with Zenovia earlier. What was it? Freed, not important. Freed overheard about Zenovia's idea about creating life with Izuku, and it took a while for him to convince her how stupid of an idea it was and how she was rushing way too much. It was a headache for him, but Izuku definitely didn't need to hear that, especially now that he's been asked out on a date. Freed, I swear, Holy Sword users have some kind of brain problem. Later. Freed, well, bro, we have to go. We gotta get you some stuff. Then, unknown character. This looks like a good time. They looked behind to see a magic circle appear, and out of it came Grafia and Ricky. Who's this guy? Freed, well, look what the Meowth dragged in. Been a while, Surzex. Izuku, that's Surzex. Surzex, you must be Freed's little brother. I've heard a great deal about you. It's nice to meet you. Izuku, nice to meet you too. Freed, so what brings you here? Surzex, oh, just here to conduct some private business matters. Freed, could it be about the whole conference that's coming up? Surzex, indeed. Issei, hold the phone. Professor Freed, you know Surzex? Freed, I met him a while back. We used to be pen pals. He's the one who suggested me to become the ORC supervisor. Izuku, you two were pen pals. Freed, did I not mention that? Everyone sighed in annoyance. Surzex, also, isn't it almost time for open house? Rias, what? No way. You can't. Surzex, if you mean that I can't wait to see my little sisters in action at school, then you're absolutely right. Rias, was it you, Grafia? Did you tell him? Be honest. Surzex, oh, I almost forgot. Father will be here, too. Mio, but don't you have work to do? Surzex, that I do. And this counts as work, too. Your school seems like it would be a lovely place. We were thinking we might want to hold the Leaders' Summit there. Rias, of all the places? Are you serious? Surzex, yep. Freed, well, it was good seeing you again, but Izuku and I need to go now. We'll meet again later. Let's go, bro. Izuku, right. And so they left. Looking good, bro? Izuku, you sure about this? This tie is really uncomfortable. Freed, yeah, I figured. That's how ties are. Molly, I can't believe you're going on your first date. Izuku, that makes two of us. Why would she want to go on a date with me? Orla, probably because she likes you. Izuku, well, of course she does. We're friends. Murdoch, she means it as in she loves you. Izuku, that's silly. What's there to love about me? Everyone sighed. The saddest part was that he knew he would say that. Before Freed adopted him, he was always bullied for his unexplained ability to understand Pokémon. So he hid that secret away, believing he was just a freak that couldn't be loved. Maybe have friends, but not loved like that. Freed, Kaneko, I'm counting on you. Help heal his heart. Show him that he can be loved in such a way. Izuku, well, let's go, Ricky. Ricky, no. Izuku, no? What do you mean, no? Ricky, you're the one going on a date with Incognito. Not me. Arceus, damn it. Izuku, so you're just going to leave me high and dry. Ricky, this is for your own good, Seiji. He put his pawns on Izuku's shoulders. Ricky, you got this. Izuku gulped. Cap, Izuku, are you just going to stand there and keep your date waiting? Izuku, right. Sorry. Saint, don't apologize, just go. Izuku nodded and left the brave Olivine and went to where Kaneko wanted to meet him at. There he saw Kaneko wearing a beautiful, light blue dress with a bow tied on her back. Kaneko, Izuku, you're here. She blushed upon looking at Izuku in his tuxedo. Kaneko, you look really handsome. Izuku, thanks. You look really pretty. Kaneko's face went a little brighter. Kaneko, thanks. Well, let's go. She grabbed Izuku's arm and brought him over to the restaurant Kaneko wanted to go to and sat down in their seats. Izuku, so you wanted to come here? Kaneko nodded. Kaneko, I heard they have great sushi here. Izuku, really? Sounds good. Maybe I should try some nigiri. And so, they ordered some food and ate together. Unfortunately, the atmosphere wasn't exactly the best. Both of them were pretty nervous. Kaneko, this is getting awkward. Izuku, sorry. Kaneko, you don't need to apologize. I guess I rushed into things a bit too much. Maybe we should try something else. Izuku nodded. Soon after, they ate dessert. Izuku watched Kaneko eat an entire cake. Izuku, whoa. Kaneko, I like sweets, okay? Izuku smiled brightly. Izuku, I can tell. Kaneko blushed. Kaneko, why must he be so cute? Afterwards, they paid and decided to spend the night by walking around and take in the beautiful night sky. Kaneko, this place is really beautiful, isn't it? Izuku nodded. Izuku, yeah? Really shows the importance of what we're always fighting for. Kaneko, yeah? You know, you're very sweet, you know that? Izuku, I don't know about that. Kaneko, well, I do. I've known that about you for a while now. It's just who you are. They decided to stop at a place where they could look over at the horizon of the beautiful night sky. Kaneko, such a beautiful view. Izuku, yeah? It is. They continued to stare off into the horizon for a bit. Izuku, hey Kaneko? Kaneko, yeah? Izuku, why did you ask me out in the first place? I don't get it. Kaneko, well, I wanted to be alone with you for a while. I never really got a chance for that. Izuku, but why me? Kaneko, because you're you. Izuku tilted his head in confusion. Kaneko, Izuku, even though it's only been a little while, I've learned plenty about the kind of person you are. How you make sure to show respect to others, like when you defended the girls on your first day. How you'll always risk your life to save people you don't even know, like when you rescued Mio from Visser. How you always make sure to bring villains to justice, like with Rainier and Kokobile. How you always do what's best for others, like when you convinced me to use my Nakomata powers and helped Kiba through his tough times. Izuku rubbed the back of his head in embarrassment. Kaneko, you're always doing things not for yourself, but for the sake of others. She went red. Kaneko, come on, Chiron. Now or never. She took a deep breath to calm her nerves. Kaneko, it's why I love you. Izuku froze. Kaneko, Izuku? Izuku. Kaneko. Oh my Arceus, I think I broke him. After a bit, Izuku rebooted. Izuku, did you just say that you love me? Kaneko nodded. Izuku, CC, seriously? This has to be some kind of joke. Kaneko hugged Izuku. Kaneko, it's not a joke. I'd never joke about something like this. I love you, Izuku. I really do. I've been in love with you for a while now. I love everything about you. Your intelligence, your powers, your bravery, your shyness, your mumbling, your smile, your kindness, everything. Ever since you showed up in Kuo, my life has changed for the better. You protected our privacy from the perverts. You rescued us from Visser. You helped us with Rainier. You convinced me to accept who I truly am. You protected me from the other stray's acid. You taught me how to swim. You've done so much for me and everyone you meet. How could I not fall for you? She broke the hug. Kaneko, but I guess it's a lot to take in after what you've been through. I know you might not feel the same way, but... Izuku took her hands. Izuku, I love you too, Kaneko. Kaneko's eyes widened, but smiled. Izuku, you've always been there for me. You show me kindness. You opened up to me. I love you as well. Kaneko couldn't help but smile as they stared into each other's eyes until they kissed. The kiss lasted for about 5 seconds before they separated. Izuku, so does that mean we're... Kaneko nodded. Kaneko, yes. She hugged Izuku's arm. Kaneko, and I'm very happy about it. Izuku smiled. Izuku, me too. After that, they continued to walk together as a new couple. However, something then ran into Izuku's leg and tumbled to the ground. Izuku, whoa. The new couple turned to see. Kaneko, a little girl? Izuku, hey, are you okay? That was quite the tumble you took. The little girl said nothing. It was then that the two noticed that she was not only shaking in fear, but covered in bandages. Izuku, Hey, what happened? The little girl said nothing before looking behind and getting scared. So she ran over to Izuku and clung on for dear life. They then saw some stray priests running out of the alley. Kaneko, stray priests. Do you think? Izuku. Kid, do the words holy sword mean anything to you? Her shaking increased. Izuku. I was afraid of that. There are still a few people that took on Valper's research. He then handed the girl to Kaneko. Izuku. Kaneko, keep her safe. I'll take care of the priests. Kaneko nodded. Kaneko, be careful, okay? She then rushed off. Stray Priest 1. How dare you? We were in the middle of experimenting on her when she escaped. Stray Priest 2. Don't worry. We'll get her back and punish her for flaking out on us. The priests laughed maniacally. Izuku. Such disregard for human life. What's so amusing about this? He got ready to fight. He left his gear back on the ship, and he couldn't just use his sacred gear in a place like this. Luckily, he's skilled in hand-to-hand combat. He grew up with a fighting type after all. Stray Priest 3. Prepare to die. However, before the fight began. Unknown character. Forget someone, you idiots? They looked to see. Izuku, a Scorbunny? He brought out his Rotom phone. Rotom phone, Scorbunny, the rabbit Pokémon. A fire type. Once Scorbunny is ready for battle, the pads above its nose and under its feet give off intense heat. The soles on its feet are also said to bring good luck. Priest 4. Oh no, not you again. Scorbunny. I did not just bust my arse taking out so many of you stupid priests while saving her just for you to throw that effort in the trash. Izuku. He's been fighting them? Scorbunny. Prepare yourselves, idiots. Priest 1. Not this time. He brought out a light sword and tried to slash Scorbunny only for him to jump over and land beside Izuku. Izuku, hi. Scorbunny. Out of the way, dude. I gotta beat these idiots up and find my friend. Izuku. You mean the little girl with pale bluish-gray hair? Scorbunny. What did you do? Izuku. She's safe right now. I'll take you to her after we beat these guys. Scorbunny. Fine. Wait a minute. Izuku, Scorbunny. How the heck did you know what I was saying? Izuku. Oops. Priest 2. Wait. This guy can understand Pokémon. Priest 4. What a freak. The priests laughed again. Izuku. Yeah. Laugh all you want. Like I've never heard that before. Scorbunny. Yes. Someone can understand me. He turned to Izuku. Scorbunny. Who are you? Izuku. Scorbunny. Name's Blaze Singe. You know, I really want to take these guys out on my own. The little girl you're protecting? She's like my little sister. So this is kind of personal. Izuku. But. Blaze. But I can tell you want to help, so how about this? Tell me what to do, and I'll follow your lead. Izuku, are you sure? Blaze. Heck yeah. Priest 1. If you're done chatting, get EM. The 50 priests that left the alley charged at them. Izuku. Let's start this off with a bang. Use Ember. Scorbunny tossed a rock into the air, and he kicked the rock and ignited it, creating a powerful ember that hit the priests and knocked out 5 of them. Izuku. Never seen an ember like that. Priest 6. You monster. He jumped to Blaze. Izuku, I don't think so. He fired an aura sphere and sent him crashing into a wall. He was knocked out. Blaze. Nice shot. Izuku. Use bounce. Blaze used bounce and hit a priest on the head with a powerful kick. Powerful enough to kick up just enough wind pressure to send another 8 priests flying into a wall. Izuku. He's strong. Another 5 priests tried to attack Izuku, but he dodged. Izuku Ninja Go. He spun around like a tornado and hit the stray priests with his spinjitzu. Blaze. Geez. Okay, you have got to teach me how to do that. Izuku. Focus Blaze. Use Trailblaze. Blaze, right. Blaze did a bunch of attacks with Trailblaze and knocked out another 2. Izuku followed that by blasting 5 more with Aura Sphere. Blaze. Nearly done with these clowns. Izuku. Use Terrablast. The blast hit another 2 priests and knocked them out. Izuku. 10 to go. Let's finish this, Blaze. Use Ember. Izuku charged up a stronger Aura Sphere, and he fired it at the same time that Blaze used Ember. Their attacks combined to create one stronger attack that took out the remaining priests. Blaze, we did it. Izuku walked over to the priests and proceeded to tie them up in a knot they wouldn't be able to break free from. He then left a note saying these priests have committed serious crimes and caused a lot of harm to a little girl. Seiji. Izuku. We'll let the cops take it from here. He turned to Blaze. Izuku. Thanks for the help, Blaze. Now let's take you to the little girl. Blaze nodded before unexpectedly climbing on his shoulder. Izuku, Blaze? Blaze, lead the way, Izuku. Izuku nodded and sent a text to Kaneko that everything was taken care of. She then sent her location to Izuku and Blaze, and they went to her. Izuku, Kaneko. Kaneko, Izuku. Glad you're okay. And since when did you have a score bunny? Izuku, I don't. This is Blaze. He helped me with the stray priests. Score bunny. So can you understand me too, or is it just Izuku? Izuku, just me. Sorry. Score bunny, nah. At least there's one guy that can understand me. Izuku, so how's the little girl? Kaneko turned to show the little girl sleeping peacefully in her arms. Kaneko, she's okay. But what now? Izuku, it might be best to head to the Brave Olivine. We should stay with her until she wakes up. Kaneko, good idea. Where is the Brave Olivine anyway? Professor Freed never brought us there. Izuku, I'll lead you there. Blaze, are you coming with? Blaze, duh? Izuku, then let's go. And so, they rushed off. Eventually, they made it to the Brave Olivine. Kaneko, I didn't think the Brave Olivine looked like this. Izuku, it used to be just a fishing boat that belonged to our friend, Ludlow. But our friend, Orla, upgraded it into an airship. And we all have Cap to thank for it. But that's a story for another time. They then climbed aboard the Brave Olivine, where Freed was waiting. Freed, hey bro, how'd it? He then noticed Kaneko, Blaze, and the little girl. Freed, okay, what happened? Izuku and Kaneko explained what happened during their date. Freed, okay, I have a few things to say. 1. I'm very proud of you, bro. 2. Kaneko, hurt him and I hurt you. Kaneko, I'd rather die than hurt him. Freed, good. And 3. We better get the little girl to her room and watch over her. I'll inform the others. Izuku, right. Izuku, Kaneko, and Blaze took the little girl to Izuku's room where Ricky was waiting. Ricky, Seiji? What's going on? Izuku, I'll explain in a bit. He gently put the little girl down on his bed where she softly snored. Kaneko, hope she'll be feeling calm when she wakes up. Izuku, if she doesn't, and it's very likely she won't, it's important for us to stay with her until she does. Then, the other members of the Rising Volt Tacklers came. Orla, Freed filled us in. I take it you're Kaneko? Kaneko, that's right. The little girl began to stir. Izuku, she's waking up. She then opened her eyes and sat up to see everyone. She backed up in fear. Izuku, hey, it's okay. Kaneko, you don't have to worry. Seeing Izuku, Kaneko, and Blaze, she eased up a little. Unknown character. Where am I? Izuku, my home. We call it the Brave Olivine. Unknown character. You're that nice person from before. And you're the nice lady with the kitty pin. Kaneko, that's we are. Don't worry. Those stray priests aren't going to bother you anymore. The little girl began to cry hearing those reassuring words. In response, Izuku and Kaneko hugged her. After a bit, they separated. Izuku, so what's your name? Unknown character. It's Eri. Freed walked up to her, but Eri backed up. Izuku, it's okay. These are all very good people. Eri, they are? Izuku, yeah? I wouldn't be where I am now without them. Eri nodded, but was still nervous. Kaneko, she'll need to warm up to us. Blaze, better than nothing. Ricky, I'll say Pero. The 2 Pokémon froze. Not because he called Blaze a nickname, but because of what that nickname was. Blaze, hold the phone. Pero, there's only one person who calls me that. Ricky, Pero. Izuku, back up. You two know each other. Everyone, they do. Ricky, Pero and I met, and became friends before we ever met. He's one of my very first friends. Blaze, you evolved. What happened to that Everstone in your gut? Ricky, Seiji and I got in a battle, and during it, the Everstone got shattered. Eri, what's going on? Izuku, Blaze and Ricky are old friends. We can talk more about that later. Right now we have to focus on something else. He turned to the others. Izuku, what are we going to do with Eri? Freed, good question. Considering how she is now, I doubt she'll want to leave either one of your sides. Eri, sorry. Kaneko stroked her back. Kaneko, you don't have to apologize. It's understandable. Unfortunately, this might mean we'll have to take her to school tomorrow. Freed sighed. Freed, I'll speak with Sona about this. But she'll likely want to see the situation for herself. For now, I think everyone should get some rest. Izuku, right. Blaze, one thing first. Izuku, what is it? Blaze jumped off Izuku's shoulder. Blaze, I want you to catch me. Izuku, you want me to catch you? Blaze, I mean looking at how Ricky turned out, I think we would make a great team. What I say? Izuku smiled and brought out a Pokeball. Izuku, you sure you want this? Blaze, big time. Izuku, then go Pokeball. He threw the Pokeball, and it hit Blaze. He was then caught. Izuku, yeah? I just caught a score bunny. He held up the Pokeball in triumph before letting him out. Blaze then climbed back on his shoulder. Blaze, looks like we're a team now. Kaneko, well, with that settled, I should probably go. However, as she tried to leave, Eri grabbed her arm. Eri, please. Stay? Kaneko looked at Eri and gave her a soft smile. Kaneko, guys? Is it okay if I crash here for the night? Freed, sure. And so, they all went to sleep. With Kaneko sleeping in the same room as Eri and Izuku, so it was the next day, and Izuku, Kaneko, Asia, Ricky, and Blaze were already up and waiting outside. Ricky, so what exactly are we waiting for? Izuku, Eri, we can't leave her here since she's grown attached to us. But we also can't take her while she has those worn-out clothes and bandages. Kaneko, I guess Dot's making her new clothes? Izuku, Dot's not a fashion designer. Kaneko, but I thought she designed your hero outfit. Izuku, that's a bit of a special circumstance. Freed then came over to them. Izuku, Freed, did you find anything for Eri? Freed, well, more or less. We couldn't find any female clothes that would fit her, so we had to use some of yours. Izuku, some of oh no. Freed chuckled. Freed, yep. We used your old onesie. Come out, Eri. Eri then came out, and this is what they saw. Kaneko, oh my Arceus, she's absolutely adorable. Wait, is that onesie yours? Izuku, yeah? I wore it when I was little. Asia, that's also adorable. Izuku blushed. Izuku, well, should get going. Eri, did you have breakfast? Eri nodded. Freed. Kid made Murdoch faint when she smiled from how much she enjoyed the food. Anyways, let's head out. They then left for school. Eri was holding Izuku's hand while they were walking. Soon, they found the others, as well as Asia, who's that? Kaneko, that doesn't look good. Izuku, Kaneko, take Eri. I'll go check this out. Kaneko nodded and took Eri's other hand. Izuku then let go of Eri's hand and went over to where Issei and the other guy was. Izuku, hey Issei. Issei, Izuku. Boy, am I glad you're here. Izuku, what's going on? Who's this guy? Valley. I am Valley, White Dragon Emperor, but you can call me the Vanishing Dragon. Izuku's eyes widened. Valley tried to bring his finger close to Izuku's forehead, but Izuku caught his arm. Valley, well, you seem to be prepared, aren't you? It wouldn't take much to defeat your friend with my magic. But you might be a different story. Izuku, explain, Valley. What do you want? And explain it calmly. I'd like to avoid causing a scene. Valley, I merely wish to see what my rival has in store. And he doesn't have much going for him. You might be a different case, even though your balance breaker is incomplete. After all, you took down Kokobile quite easily. Izuku cautiously let go of Valley's arm. Valley then calmly left. Izuku, that was unexpected. Issei, yeah, tell me about it. By the way, since when did you get a score bunny? Izuku, since last night. Kaneko, Ricky, Freed, Asia, and Eri then came over. Kaneko, you good? Izuku, yeah? That's when the others noticed the little girl in the Ryoulu onesie. Kiba, a little girl? Eri hid behind Kaneko's leg. Kaneko, this is Eri. On our way back from our date, she ran into us, and well, we should probably talk about this at the ORC. Rias, you make it sound serious. Kaneko, that's because it is. Rias, then let's go. Later at the ORC. Kaneko, and that's the story. Kiba, so she's another survivor of the Holy Sword Project? Surfetched, oh dear. Kiba looked at Surfetched and saw the concern in his eyes. Kiba, don't worry, Surfetched. History is not about to repeat itself. I'm more worried about her than angry about the project. Everyone but Eri sighed in relief. Kiba, gee, nice to know you guys thought I was gonna go rogue again. Mio, can you really blame us? Kiba, no? Liko, so, this Eri girl is pretty much attached to you two now, and while you were rescuing her, Izuku teamed up with Blaze, and then caught him? Izuku, yep. Eri tugged on Izuku's shirt. Eri, are they nice? Izuku, yes. They're nice. Kaneko pointed at Issei. Kaneko, but if you see him do anything dirty, don't hesitate to hurt him. Issei, Kaneko. Rias, you should go to Sona. She'll decide on what to do. Izuku, right. Let's go. Kaneko, you go on ahead. Izuku, okay. He, Ricky, Blaze, and Eri then left. Liko, so you two are a thing now, huh? Congrats. Liko was indeed happy for her best friend. However, she also felt sad because she loved him too. Kaneko, you love him too, right? Liko, EP. Kaneko, so I'm right? Liko looked down. Liko, yeah? But he's with you now. I won't get in the way. Even though it honestly kinda hurts. Kaneko, why does it hurt? Liko, why? Because. Kaneko, I'm perfectly fine with sharing. Liko was silent for a bit before she went red. Liko, seriously. Kaneko, let's be honest. Izuku deserves lots of love from us all. He's been through a lot. Mio, he has. I know he was bullied for his ability to understand Pokémon, but Kiba, there's more to him than that. It's not something I should tell, though. Kaneko, point is, I'm perfectly fine with sharing him. So when the time's right, confess to him. Liko, I okay. Thank you, Kaneko. Rias. Well, now that that's settled, we should head to class. Although Kaneko, you should join Izuku. ORC, right? They all left the ORC. Mio, I want to confess to him as well, but if I don't even know everything he's been through, then I shouldn't do it just yet. Later at the student council office. Sona sighed. Sona, I can't believe you two went from having a date to rescuing a little girl. And now you want to bring her to class? Kaneko, well, she's gotten pretty attached to us for some reason. Sona, clearly. Look, I'm sorry, but I can't just. Eri, pretty please. Sona. Izuku, Sona. Sona, she can stay. Izuku, really? Thanks. Kaneko, come on, Eri. Let's take you to our class. Eri, okay. They then left. That's when Sona put her hands on her face. Sona, YRRGH. That kid is so cute. Later in class, Izuku, Kaneko, and Eri all entered the class, and everyone but Liko and Asia were surprised to see Eri, but they let things go rather quickly because Eri was just so precious in that onesie. Freed. Okay, class. For today, we'll be doing a bit of sculpturing. On your desk, you'll see a lump of clay. I want you to use that clay to sculpt a Pokémon. Any Pokémon you want. It can be something that's important to you, or maybe just a random Pokémon you chose. Okay, go. And so, everyone created sculptures of Pokémon they loved. Izuku made a sculpture of Ricky, Kaneko made a sculpture of a Litten, Liko made a sculpture of Sprigatito, and Asia created a sculpture of a Jangmo-o. All while Eri looked at the sculptures with curiosity. Later at lunch. Izuku, seriously, Issei? That's what you made in your class. Issei. Hey, we weren't limited to Pokémon, okay? Izuku. How is that an excuse? What were they talking about? Well, Issei made a clay sculpture of Rias. Bare naked. Kaneko made sure Eri wouldn't see by covering her eyes. Matsuda. Oh no way. A Magi Girl photo shoot. They looked to see a bunch of guys running to the gym. Issei, Magi Girl. Rias. It can't be. Mio. I think it is. Izuku. Okay, what am I missing here? Mio. You'll see. Come on. They rushed inside to see a crowd of perverts snapping photos of someone. Issei, what the what? Am I awake? Is that a magical girl Milky Spiral 7 alternative cosplay? Izuku, I'm sorry. What? Asia. Issei, how do you know about that costume? Issei, because I watched the whole show in one sitting. A friend of mine was obsessed with it and insisted we do a marathon. Eri, I'm confused. Kaneko, don't worry about it. Saji, knock it off. We are still on school property. You've seen enough of this. He was met with arguing. Saji then noticed Izuku. Saji, hey Izuku. A little help here. Izuku, I'm sure. Saint, let's go. He sent out Saint. Izuku, poison jab. Hearing those words, all the perverts fled from Saint. Saint, cowards. Saji, thanks. He turned to the cosplayer. Saji, alright. Are you related to someone at this school? Unknown character. MMHM. Saji. Okay. Well, they should have told you that this sort of outfit is unacceptable here. Unknown character. Sparkle. Shine. Your command is mine. Saji, you have to stop that. Izuku, what is even happening? Saji, your guess is as good as mine. That's when Sona came in. Sona, Saji. What's going on here? Eri, it's the nice glasses lady. Saji. Oh hey Sona. This girl says. Unknown character. I finally found you. Sona. Sona flinched. Izuku. Wait, they know each other? The cosplayer ran up to her. Unknown character. I'm so happy to see you. What's the matter? You look sad. Your face is all red. Aren't you excited to finally be seeing your big sister again? I'm gonna require a lot more happiness from you. Come on. You should run into my arms and tell me how much you missed me. And then I'll say, oh Sona, I've missed you too. And then I'll give you a big fat kiss, and then you'd kiss me back, and that would lead to girl-on-girl action, and wouldn't that be hot? Sona's sweat dropped. Izuku, back up. That's Sona's sister? Mio, yep. Lady Seraphol Leviathan. Izuku. Wait, does that mean she's one of the 4 Devil Kings? Saji, yep. Seraphol, your line's next. This is the part where you say how long it's been and how excited you are to see me. Rias, it's been quite a long time, Lady Leviathan. Seraphol, oh yes it has, Rias. How excited are you to see me? Rias, very. Thank you for asking. Did you come here to visit Sona for open house? Seraphol, well, that's the main reason, but there was other reason I decided to come. Either way, I had to find out about open house on my own. Sona's a meanie and didn't tell me. I was so mad when I found out the truth. I almost attacked Heaven out of frustration. Blaze, I thought she was the older sister. She's acting like a child. Rias, I see. And the other reason? Seraphol, I heard about a hero that showed up in town a few months ago. I heard he's also the Green Dragon Emperor. I wanted to meet him in person, and since he's teamed up with you and your peerage, I'd get the chance to meet him. Rias. Oh, you mean Seiji? Izuku whistled innocently. Rias, he's over there. She pointed at Izuku. Izuku, Rias. What the heck? Rias, she was going to find out anyways. Seraphol went up to him. Seraphol, wow? So you're the hero known as Seiji, the guy who can understand Pokémon. Izuku, please don't say that out loud. Sona, Seraphol, listen to me. I am responsible for the entire student council here. Even if you are family, this is inappropriate school attire. You're going to have to change. Seraphol, why do you have to be like that? Can't you hear the tone of your voice right now? You're borderline violent. Izuku is Seraphol. Seraphol, you know that I've never asked for anything. All I want is to be a magical girl. With my sparkling staff, I will do my duty and obliterate all the angels and fallen angels. Izuku, Seraphol. Sona, do you have any respect at all? If you start sparkling, you could annihilate a small country in minutes. Seraphol just didn't listen and kept talking until finally. Izuku, Seraphol. Seraphol, huh? Izuku, can't you take Sona's feelings into account? Look at her. She's starting to cry. Seraphol looked to see he was right. Sona was trying to keep tears from flowing out of the sheer embarrassment from her sister. Seraphol, Sona? Izuku. Look, I'm not going to say that older siblings don't embarrass their younger siblings. I've had my moments where Freed embarrassed me, but at least he was aware of whether or not the embarrassment was too much. You aren't, and it's making your relationship with Sona go downhill. Can't you please consider how Sona's feeling right now? Seraphol, aye. She turned to Sona. Seraphol, I'm sorry, Sona. I'll act more professional here. Sona wiped her tears. Sona, thank you. After that, Seraphol used her magic to change into more formal attire, and the ORC then left. Soon after, they went home, with Issei having Rias's father come with him. He would sleep peacefully. It was the next day, and Izuku had just woken up. Izuku, hey, Zigard. Zigard, yes? Izuku, why exactly do the red and white dragon emperors have to fight? Zigard, when all the great powers, God, the angels, the fallen angels, and the devils were at war, the other creatures and humans were suddenly forced to choose sides to ensure their survival. With the exceptions of the dragons. Most of them didn't think the war had anything to do with them. They ignored it and lived how they pleased. However, in the midst of the war, 2 foolish dragons decided to start a massive fight. They did not care about the great war that had taken over the world. As such, they fought wildly on the battlefield. Izuku, why were they fighting? Zigard, hell if I know. I wouldn't be surprised if those idiotic dragons forgot the reason as well. Unless something was done about those 2, the war wouldn't continue, which meant the war would never end. Seeing this, I decided to finally step into action and put an end to those dragons and the war that was taking place in order to protect the order of this world. Izuku, so what happened when you interfered? Zigard, fury. Their anger became wild beyond their imagination. They lashed out at me as well as the leaders of the angels, devils, and fallen angels. They didn't like that their battle was being interfered. Their main focus was on me, but I am the protector of this world for a reason. They stood no chance against me, and I destroyed them before the leaders sealed the dragons away in sacred gears. Izuku, you beat them so easily? Zigard, yes. My power is far greater than theirs. However, I knew that whoever ended up having their sacred gears would be destined to fight and cause destruction. So at my request, I was sealed inside a sacred gear so that whoever would wield me would hopefully be able to stop such destruction. However, due to my immense power, only those with righteous hearts at birth can wield me. I've had very few hosts, making you very special amongst others. Izuku, holy woe. Zigard, think you can handle it? Izuku, someone has to. I'll make sure to stop the fight. By force if necessary. Zygarde, good to hear. After that, everyone soon woke up and headed to school. Eventually, they ended up in the ORC with Eri, of course, and were in front of the Forbidden Room. Freed, so what's going on? Rias, Surzex said it's time to release the seal. Izuku, seal? What seal? Rias, the one that was used to seal away my other bishop. The bishop's power was too great, and I couldn't handle it. Eri, are they nice? Kaneko smiled and picked Eri up. Kaneko, very nice. Izuku came to Eri. Izuku, you have nothing to worry about. Akino giggled, which made Kaneko narrow her eyes at her. Kaneko, what's so funny? Akino, oh nothing. It's just that you three look like an adorable family. Izuku and Kaneko blushed madly while Freed, Ricky, and Blaze began laughing. Eri, what's a family? And then the mood dropped. Freed, it's when a child has a mommy and a daddy and are happy together. Eri tilted her head in confusion. Eri, what's a mommy and a daddy? Izuku, well, a daddy is a male who looks after you and protects you. Kaneko, a mommy is the same, but female. Eri, then are you my mommy and daddy? Silence. That's all that was heard until Izuku and Kaneko fainted. Their faces bright red. Eri, mommy. Daddy. Freed. My Arceus, I did not expect that. Ricky, we gotta wake them up. Blaze, I got it. Blaze then kicked their guts to wake them up. Izuku, OW. Blaze, sorry. Oh, and congrats on becoming a father. Izuku, Blaze. He looked to see Kaneko hugging Eri happily. Izuku, huh? She's taking this seriously. Ricky, are you gonna as well? Izuku, how can I not? He went to Eri and hugged her. Freed. Okay, putting that aside for now, isn't your other bishop a shut-in? I doubt they're cool with it. Rias, I'm fully aware of that. Mio. And yet he used to be the largest earner we had. Izuku, really? How? Kiba, with special contracts. The bishop used a computer to make them. She then proceeded to unseal the room. Kaneko, and the seal has been broken. Rias, all right, let's see how this goes. Rias opened the door, and they heard a high-pitched scream. Issei, what the hell? In the room was a coffin. Rias, hello. I'm glad to see you're looking well. Unknown character. I don't understand what's going on. Rias, the seal has been broken, so you're free to come home with us now, okay? She opened the coffin, and they saw. Unknown character. No, I don't want to ever leave here. The outside is too scary. Issei, what? She's just a little girl. And look, she looks a lot like Asia. Does that mean all bishops have to be pretty blondes or something? Freed laughed hard. Issei, hey, what's so funny? Freed, oh, I was looking forward to telling you this. That kid's actually a boy. Issei, oh, wait. What did you say? Freed, ha ha ha. I can see the confusion. I made that same mistake when Rias showed me a pic of him, but he's a cross-dressing boy. Rias hugged him. Rias, everyone say hello to Gasper Vladi, the other bishop in my household. He's a first-year student here. And before I had the honor of turning him into a devil, this little guy was actually half human, half vampire. Asia, what? He's a real vampire? Issei, as in a bloodsucker? You're kidding. Izuku. Clearly she isn't considering his fangs. Issei fell to his knees. Issei, he's not a girl. Oh, Arceus, why have you forsaken me? Asia, technically, I think you're the one who forsaken. Issei, you look way too hot in chick's clothes, dude. And plus, if you don't go anywhere, who are you dressing for? Gasper, for me, I guess. I just think these clothes are cuter, that's all. Issei, don't pull that adorable thing on me. When I first say you, it was like a dream of two beautiful bombshells had come true. AGH. Saint appeared and poison jabbed him, making him fall down in pain. Saint, some dreams were never meant to be. Rias, hey Gasper, why don't you come with us outside now? Okay, Gasper, I don't wanna. Please don't make me. Fried walked up to him. Freed, hey kid, it's okay. He put his hand on Gasper's shoulder, but he screamed, and a flash appeared before he disappeared. Izuku, whoa? Where'd he go? Akino, over there. She pointed to Gasper in the corner. Gasper, I'm sorry, I made you mad, didn't I? Please don't hit me. Oh please, I didn't mean it. Izuku, that was so awesome. Gasper, what? Izuku brought out a notebook and began writing in it while mumbling about Gasper's sacred gear. Liko, and we lost him. Rias, I've never seen him do this. Kaneko, Liko, Asia, and I have. He does this a lot in class. Eri, Daddy's making my head spin. Izuku snapped out of his mumbling. Izuku, sorry. It's a habit. Mio, looks like Gasper used his forbidden Baylor view. Izuku, explain please. Freed, let's head to the main room. Later. Mio, Gasper's sacred gear, forbidden Baylor view, aka the evil eye that stops the world, allows the user to stop whatever they're looking at. Liko, unfortunately, Gasper can't control this power of his, so Surzex decided that he should be sealed away here as a precautionary measure. Rias, on top of that, his ability seems to grow subconsciously, so there's a distinct possibility it could become a balance breaker. Say what? Isn't that good? Rias sighed as Gasper hid in a box. Gasper, I don't like it when you guys talk about me like I'm not here. Why can't you just ignore that I'm alive like normal? Asia, how's he get there? Issei walked over to him. Issei, wow man, you are not very good at hiding. Come out. Gasper, leave me alone. I'm not hiding. I'd just rather be a Gasper in a box than be around you all. Issei, and here I thought Izuku was shy. Mio, sis. I think it's about time for us to go. Rias, yes, you're right. If you'll excuse us, Mio, Aquino, and I must leave to go to a meeting about getting ready for the Leaders' Summit. Kiba? Kiba, yes, how can I help? Rias, my brother said he wants to know more about your balance breaker. I'd like for you to join us, as long as you're free, that is. Kiba, yes, I'm free. Rias, thank you. Now everyone else, I'd like you to take over Gasper's training until we get back. They then left. Later outside. Izuku, this is not how training should go. Issei, it just looks like she's a vampire hunter. Eventually, Gasper fell by a tree. Gasper, I don't understand why you have to be so mean to me. Zenobia, a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. Trust me, you won't think I'm so mean when you're stronger. She smirked. Freed, well, Zenovia's certainly having a good time. Asia, yeah, that's true. It seems like she really enjoys yelling at people. Gasper, I can't do this anymore. What you say doesn't matter if my legs won't work. Kaneko, Gasper. She walked up to Gasper and held out some garlic. Kaneko, you'll feel better immediately if you eat this. Gasper, no way. You trying to kill me? Kaneko, this is no time to be picky. Come on, you can wash it down with holy water. Liko, wow, that's rare. Kaneko's teasing Gasper. Izuku, I never thought of her as her teasing type. Liko, she doesn't do it often. Saji then came. Sagio, hey guys, having fun? I came because I heard Rias finally released her dangerous bishop, so I wanted to check things out. He then noticed Gasper. Saji, a pretty blonde? Izuku, that's Gasper. He's a boy. Saji, a dude? Oh, why? Why have I been forsaken so? Issei, I know how you feel. Unknown character. Well, don't tell me the households of the Devil Kings have all come out to play together. They turned to see. Issei flinched. Izuku, Issei is that. Azazel turned to Izuku. Azazel, well, if it isn't the Green Dragon Emperor. Oh, sorry, I mean Seiji. Izuku, you're Azazel, aren't you? Saji, say what? Everyone was on guard. Izuku, why are you here? Azazel, I figured I should stop by to pay a visit. Is that Holy Devil Sword guy here? Freed, sorry to disappoint you, but no. He left a little while ago. Azazel, sorry, no Holy Sword Devil guy, huh? Boring. Hey, you adorable vampire. Gasper went out of hiding behind a tree. Azazel, Forbidden Baylor view, huh? You know, this type of sacred gear can wind up extremely dangerous if the user's capacity is too low. And let me guess. He turned to Saji. Azazel, you've got the Black Dragon Pulse absorption line, right? During practice, you should get that one to connect with the vampire so he can take away all might extra power no one can control. You're welcome in advance. Saji, wait, I can do that? Izuku, you just figured that out? It's literally in the name. Azazel, he's right. You should know that your sacred gear has the power of the evil Black Dragon King. Saji, this thing is more badass than I thought. Azazel, although, actually, there is a faster and simpler way to go about it. He can drink the blood of Wither the Red or Green Dragon Emperor. Izuku, seriously? That's simple? Azazel, yep. But I'll leave it to you guys to decide. He then left. Izuku, are we sure he's someone to be concerned about? He doesn't seem that bad, especially for fallen angels. After that, they tried to help train Gasper using volleyball, but things didn't work out well no matter what they tried. Later, Gasper hid in his room. Rias, Gasper, please come out. I want you to know I never wanted you in here. Gasper sobbed. Issei, hey, sorry about this. The last thing I wanted to do was bug you in the middle of your big meeting. Rias, no, don't worry. It means a lot to me that you're all working so hard and want what's best for him. Gasper, I can't leave. It's too scary out there. Izuku, I honestly think we're just making things worse. Rias, well, to be honest, knowing Gasper's background, there's only so much we can do. Issei, what do you mean? Rias, Gasper's father is a vampire from a well-known and distinguished family. However, his mother is a mere human. Vampires are even more concerned with pedigree than devils. As a result, Gasper was discriminated against by everyone, including his own family. And sadly, when it came to the human world, he was treated like a monster. Of course, that's all on top of his power to stop time. A power he didn't have the ability to control. He wasn't just feared, he was loathed. Izuku clenched his fist. Rias, a person can't know what happens to them when they've been frozen. Naturally, nobody wants to be near someone with that kind of power. Gasper, I wish I couldn't do it. I wish everyone wouldn't stop. Then, they wouldn't be so scared of me. I hate it as much as everyone else. My friends freeze right in front of my face, and there's nothing I can do about what I'm making happen. Izuku, Rias, Issei. They looked at him. Izuku, please leave. I'll speak to him. Issei, are you sure? Izuku nodded with a determined look. Rias, that's right. Your past is quite similar to Gasper's. All right, Izuku. Issei, you got this in the bag. Izuku, thanks. Let the others know for me, okay? Issei, sure. Rias and Issei then left and Izuku sat down beside Gasper's door. Izuku, cry your heart out, Gasper. I'll stay by your side the entire time. This went on for a while. Soon, it was night. Izuku, you hate your powers, don't you, Gasper? I know the feeling. I'm not talking about my sacred gear. I'm talking about my ability to understand Pokémon. When I was a kid and my parents were still alive, I was bullied constantly for my unexplained ability to understand Pokémon. I was treated kind of like you. I was treated like a freak by everyone except for my parents. I hated my power because of it and wanted to hide it away from the rest of the world. But after the death of my parents, I was rescued by Freed. He became my hero, and I decided to be a hero myself. And when Freed and the rest of my real friends learned of my power, they praised me for it, saying it was incredible. I grew to like it because of them. Gasper, but don't you worry about other people finding out your power? You could be treated as a freak again. I don't understand how you can keep going without any doubts like that. Izuku, well, I can be a bit reckless at times. But I have a dream. To become a hero and help people just like how Freed helped me. That's why I do what I do. Like fighting in the raiding game. Gasper slightly opened the door. Gasper, oh, I heard about that. I'm sorry. I was locked in here when it happened. Izuku, no need to apologize. Anyways, from now on, things will be different. Gasper, maybe. If I'm there. Though, I'll only bother everyone anyway. Izuku, you're not a bother. You're like a brother. And you're our friend. Gasper, you mean it? Izuku, of course. Gasper opened the door all the way. Gasper, thanks. Still though, my power is really scary. I wish I had a sacred gear like yours. It's so cool. Izuku, thanks, but your sacred gear is incredible as well. Gasper, it is. Izuku, totally. You can do so much with your power. Gasper, like what? Izuku, well, you can stop a robbery by freezing the robbers in time, giving the cops plenty of time to put cuffs on them and arrest them. You can freeze a collapsing building in time, thus giving people the opportunity to escape. You can also freeze dangerous projectiles in place, giving the opportunity to avoid them. You can. Gasper chuckled and Izuku rubbed the back of his head in embarrassment. Izuku, sorry. In case it wasn't obvious already, I'm a big nerd, especially when it comes to powers. Gasper, I can see that, but you're also very nice. I never knew my power could do so much good. Izuku, well, you can. The only thing you lack is the necessary training to control this power. Gasper looked down. Izuku, don't feel down, Gasper. It's only natural. Gasper looked up. Gasper, it is? Izuku, when it comes to powers, when you first discover them, you're bound to have difficulty with it. There are cases like Issei where he had no idea how to use it. Then there are cases like you where you have trouble controlling said power. I was in the same boat. Gasper, you were? But in the raiding game. Izuku, I didn't intentionally activate my sacred gear. Quite frankly, I didn't even know I had one until I first activated it. And Ricky went through the same problem as well. Gasper, he did? Izuku, Ricky's power is too much for his body to handle at max power. In the past, he saved his power as a last resort because upon using it, he would break his bones. However, thanks to training, we were able to find a way to control that power and limit it to a safe point. Right now, he can use about 30% of his power. The point is, it's natural that you don't have control over your sacred gear because you need to train with it. You can't expect to master it in your sleep. You have to work hard and learn to control your power. And if you ever want that, I'm more than willing to help you. Gasper, you mean it? Izuku, of course. Gasper got up. Gasper, okay, let's do it. Izuku held out his fist, and Gasper gave him a fist bump. Izuku, we'll start tomorrow. After that, Izuku went home. Gasper was currently keeping a volleyball held up in place. It's been a couple days since the seal was broken and training started. Izuku, Ricky, and Blaze were helping him train by throwing volleyballs at him one at a time for him to freeze. Izuku, okay. Good. Gasper let the ball go. Ricky, good work, Odakinoko. Arceus, damn it. Gasper, did I do something wrong? What did he say? Izuku, he said good work, Odakinoko. Arceus, damn it. Gasper, Odakinoko. Izuku, Ricky has this habit of giving everyone nicknames. He's always trying to break it, but he never can. He hates it, which is why he shouted. Gasper, oh. Blaze, nothing to worry about. Izuku, he said nothing to worry about. Blaze, well, my turn. He threw a volleyball in the air and jumped to it. He then kicked it, and it hit Gasper in the face. Blaze, oops. Sorry. Izuku, you good, Gasper? Gasper, I think I'm done for the day. Izuku, hey, don't give up just yet. We've got a power to master, and you can't quit so easily. You got this. Gasper, right. Let's do this. Izuku, now it's my turn. He got ready to throw a ball, but Gasper accidentally froze his arm. Gasper, I screwed everything up again. Izuku, calm down, Gasper. His arm was released. Izuku, each setback only brings us closer to success. You can't expect everything to go perfect immediately. You're bound to mess up here and there. Trust me, I know. I forgot to mention, but I also trained to become an Aura Guardian. And let me tell you, buddy, I went through a lot of setbacks. Sometimes I wanted to give up, thinking it was hopeless, but I never did. I trained and trained until I became a real Aura Guardian. If I can make such an accomplishment, I know you can too. Gasper, really? Izuku, yeah? So don't let this setback get to you. Gasper, right. I got this. And so, they continued to train. Time skip. It was now time for the important summit meeting. A barrier was put around the school. Rias, well, time to go. And Gasper, behave yourself while we're gone. Izuku, you too, Eri. Mio, Liko will look after you both. Gasper, okay. Rias, I don't mean to scold, but if you activate your power, it'll stall negotiations. And we don't want that. I hope you understand. Gasper, yes, ma'am. And so they left. Eventually, they made it to the conference where Surzex, Serafal, Sona, Tsubaki, Surzex, Grafia, Azazel, Michael, Valley, and even Irina were there. Zenobia, Irina? Irina turned away. Azazel, everyone's here. Surzex, these are my sisters, Rias and Mio, and Rias's retainers. Also, Fried and his little brother, Izuku. They're the ones who fought Kokobile, and Izuku was responsible for his death. Michael, that is a rather impressive feat. I thank each one of you for all of your hard work. Azazel, once again, I apologize. It seems one of my boys caused you a bit of trouble. Surzex, now that all the participants are represented, let this summit commence. A video was then played about the fight against Kokobile and Izuku using his 50% form to stop him. Rias. The rest of the details regarding the incident between Kokobile and my household can be found in my official report. Sona. As a witness, I, Sona Citri, confirm the veracity of the report given by Lady Gremory. Surzex. That will be all. Thank you very much. Perhaps the Governor-General of the Fallen Angels would care to share his opinion on their report? Azazel. Kokobile went rogue, therefore my thoughts on the incident are irrelevant. Michael. So he acted entirely on his own? Azazel. Well, he never had my permission, if that's what you're asking. But something tells me the fool wouldn't have tried to destroy the whole town if he knew I was staying here. I've grown quite fond of this quaint little place. Sirzex, try and stay on topic, if you please. Azazel. I sent the White Dragon Emperor in to resolve the issue. Of course, as we all saw from the video, he never got the chance to, as the town hero destroyed the fool before he even got there. Michael. What I find most troubling about the attack itself is his motivation. It seems that he was rather dissatisfied with the status quo. Azazel. Yeah, the war ending halfway through really stuck in his craw. What we wanted was perpetual combat. But at this late stage in the game, I have no interest in a war. Seraphal. The seeds of discontent. Azazel. That behavior isn't exclusive to my faction. Sirzex. Again, I ask that we stay focused on the matter at hand. After all, that is why we've convened here. Azazel. Spare the verbosity, won't you? Let's just make peace and be done with it. That's the purpose of this grand summit, isn't it? Meanwhile, at the ORC, Liko was stroking Sprigatito's fur while Gasper was playing a video game. Gasper, I'm really worried about them. I hope they're okay. What if the summit turns chaotic and war breaks out? Liko, don't forget who Izuku is. Everything'll be. She then froze. Sprigatito, Liko? Liko stood up. Gasper, Liko? Liko, don't move a muscle. The door was then blasted down by a bunch of humans wearing strange clothes. Liko, humans? Magician 1. Yes, that's right. We are indeed human, but we're somewhat different in that we utilize magic by rebuilding the structure of devil magic. We're known as magicians. Magician 2. If it helps you understand a bit better, we're on the same level as what you devils call mid-ranking devils. It would be best if you did what you were told. Magician 3. Hand over the half-vampire to us. Said half-vampire was hiding in his box, while Eri was hiding behind Liko. Magician 3. We've already confirmed that he's here. They tried to blast Liko with lasers, but she picked up Eri and Sprigatito and dodged the attack. Sprigatito then climbed up on Liko's shoulder before Liko grabbed the box Gasper was in and began to flee before stopping at a window where many magicians were hanging from the sky. Eri, what's going on? Liko, I'm sorry, Eri. I don't know. Magician 3. There's nowhere to run. Nowhere at all. Liko narrowed her eyes and jumped down the stairs. Liko, Sprigatito. Use leafage. Using leafage, the magicians couldn't see, giving them the time to flee and enter another room. Liko, we should be able to stall for time here. Gasper and Eri were shaking in fear. Liko, it's okay. It's only a matter of time before we're rescued. But then, Liko was blasted with a bunch of lasers, and she fell unconscious. Gasper, Liko. Magician 4. I've been waiting. Eri, EP. And so, they were all chained up to magic squares. Magician 3. That magic square will render all physical powers one possesses useless. There's no use struggling. Eri, what are you going to do to us? Liko, Gasper. Eri, I'm sorry. Gasper's magic square then began to react and forced him to activate his balance breaker. Sprigatito, this is bad. Back at the conference. Azazel, our perpetual three-way stalemate is getting rather old and hardly doing this world any favors. I assume we're all in agreement on that. Michael, God and the Devil King are gone. Both of our war generals have been annihilated. Asia and Irina looked down. Izuku, looks like Irina already knows the truth. Azazel, we have a complication. Once again, it's not even our three powers. It's three different powers. Powers that are equally, if not more, destructive. They are the red, white, and green dragon emperors. So, I'd like to hear their thoughts. Valley, what I want is to fight someone who's as strong as me. Azazel, yes, but you can still find a lot of powerful opponents without having a war. Valley, I suppose. Azazel, what about you, Red Dragon Emperor? Issei, wow. Yeah, I'm not good at coming up with stuff on the spot. So, Azazel, I see. Well, then why don't I make it a little easier for you, Issei? Freed, I got a bad feeling about this. Kaneko, you too, huh? Azazel, if we start fighting again, you'll never be able to have your way with Rias Gremory. ORC Issei. Ricky, for Arceus' sake. Azazel, but if we make peace instead, then prosperity and propagation become far more important. Issei, you mean, like, baby making? Azazel, that's right. Imagine those training sessions. And you could practice every single day. Blaze, I can't believe this is how he's getting Issei on board. Azazel, peace means a daily dose of Rias lovin'. War means no SECC time. You understand? Is that simple enough for you? Issei, peace is number one. Yeah, peace for me, please. I'm gonna do it with Rias, so hard ga. Saint appeared and poison jabbed Issei, making him fall down in pain. Saint, can't you take this seriously? Azazel, well that was unexpected, GCK. Saint then poison jabbed Azazel, and he fell down in pain. Saint, out of all the ways you could convince him, you chose that. Izuku, Saint, as much as I agree with you, can we not harm the Governor General of the Fallen Angels while we're trying to make peace? Azazel got back up. Azazel, nah kid. It's fine. I had it coming anyways. And what about you? Izuku, well, whether I'm the defender of order or not, whether I'm a hero or not, I don't want any war. The many innocent lives that will be lost are unnecessary. I don't want anyone to feel the pain of losing a loved one. So I vote for peace. Azazel, as expected of the Green Dragon Emperor and the hero of Kuo. Izuku, although Michael, I have a question. Is it alright if I ask? Michael, certainly. What is it? Izuku breathed in deeply before exhaling. Izuku, why did you guys kick Asia out of the church? She never did anything to deserve it. Asia, Izuku, Michael, after God was destroyed, only the system and Arceus remained. The only thing we had to keep the faith was our power to administer divine protection, mercy, and miracles. Even with me as the center, the church is barely functioning right now. Arceus is trying his best to keep things fair, but things tend to slip through the gaps. Consequently, there was a need to avoid anything that could negatively affect our system. Izuku, so basically it was out of your hands? Michael, indeed. The faith of believers is the reason those of us in heaven exist. A threat to the system is a threat to our survival. Therefore, anything that could negatively affect it had to be removed. Izuku, which explains why Xenovius suffered the same fate as Asia, along with others who discover the truth. Michael, exactly. It was unfair. They were hardly heretics. We should have discovered another way. I ask for you and your friends to forgive me. Zenovia, apology accepted, Chief Michael. Asia, I forgive you. Izuku, if they forgive you, then so do I. Azazel, oh right. I've heard of Asia. Wasn't one of my underlings responsible for nearly killing you? Issei, yeah, and you should be apologizing. You want to know why that fallen angel Beach tried to kill her? Because she wanted to be like you stupid idiot. If not for Izuku, she'd be dead. Azazel, naturally, I take full responsibility. So to atone, I will satisfy you in a way that only I can. Issei, how? Rias grabbed his arm. Rias, calm down. But then, a magic square appeared in the sky, and Issei's boosted gear appeared. Issei, what in the hell? Izuku, guys? Look, they looked to see that Sona, Tsubaki, Asia, Kaneko, Mio, Akino, and Freed were frozen in time. Issei, is it just me, or did time stop? Azazel, it appears so. Fortunately, those of us with superior powers weren't affected. Valley, thank our dragons. They protected us. The Heavenly Bunch were shielded by their holy swords. As for the Lucario, not sure. Ricky, probably thanks to one for Aura. Rias, I'm okay thanks to you, Issei. Blaze, phew. They then heard a loud crashing sound and looked out the window to see the magicians. Issei, who are those freaks? Seraphal, magicians. How rude. I'm a real-life magi girl, and they're flat out ignoring me. Izuku, seriously? That's what you're concerned about? Michael, but what is this power? Azazel, it's the vampire boy. He must have been coerced into creating balance breaker conditions for them. Izuku's eyes widened in horror. Surzex, not good. Gasper has fallen into enemy hands. Rias, these terrorists will pay for this disrespect. Michael, our guards are disappearing. Teleportation magic. That can only mean someone is connected to the gate within this barrier. Graphia, and, unfortunately, our magical transport troops are completely sealed off from us. Izuku, which means we're cornered. Their timing along with their use of Gasper couldn't have been more perfect, which means we've been betrayed. Surzex, I recommend we take action soon, or else none of us will survive. Issei, no one is strong enough to beat him? How could Gasper have that much power? Kiba, because he is a mutation piece. Issei, mutation piece? Rias, It's something that causes many strange phenomena. The bishop I used to turn Gasper into a devil should have required several of my chess pieces. However, only one ended up being used. It was a mutation piece. Izuku. And we're only hearing this now. Rias. Did I not mention it to you earlier? Izuku Ris. Rias. Guess I caught your brother's flaw. Izuku. Oh 4. He sighed. Izuku. Well, at least this explains why he was sealed away. Azazel. If we don't do something about this half-vampire kid now, it'll be far too dangerous to fight back. Izuku. Then we have to act fast and save Gasper, Liko, Sprigatito, and Eri. Blaze, return. He returned Blaze. Izuku then brought out a small gadget. Azazel, what's that? Izuku. A special piece of equipment recently made. It'll allow me to put on my new and improved hero costume. He then pressed the button on the small gadget, and his new hero costume was put on. It looked a lot like the original, but it had a brighter coloration and it looked to be made out of a more durable material. Izuku. Let's go, Ricky. Azazel, you're going to go straight to Gasper? Izuku, yeah? Valley, wouldn't it be easier to take out the half-vampire with the terrorists? If you'd like, I can just do it for you. Issei, you're such an idiot. Azazel. Valley, try to be a little more considerate, okay? After all, we're trying to make peace here. Valley. Sorry, it's hard for me to do nothing like this. Azazel. Fair enough. Then why don't you go welcome those magicians? Upset their ranks some. Seeing the White Dragon Emperor should help. Valley, of course. He then summoned Divine Dividing and flew out of the building and went above the magicians that were hanging from the air. Valley, here we go. Balance break. Albion, Vanishing Dragon. Balance breaker. Issei, a balance breaker. Some of the magicians fired lasers at Valley, but they had no effect. He then blasted and destroyed them with lightning. Izuku, so strong. He shook his head. Izuku, let's go, Ricky. Azazel, first things first. Here. He gave Izuku a bracelet of some kind. Azazel, this bracelet will help the half-vampire control his balance breaker. It can also be used to activate an incomplete balance breaker without costing a limb. I gave one to Issei as well. Unfortunately, I only have 2, which means I couldn't spare one for you. Sorry, kid. Izuku, it's fine. It'll work. Azazel, I know you can handle this. Unlike the Red Dragon who has survived on only luck, you have combat experience, training, and skill. And that was before you learned about your sacred gear. If anyone can save them, it's you. Izuku nodded. Izuku, let's go, Ricky. And so, they rushed off to get to the others. Surzex, it won't be long now. As soon as Gasper is released by Seiji and Ricky, we can begin our counterattack. Then, a glowing magic circle appeared, and out came Katlia. Well, if it isn't the unworthy Devil Kings Mr. Zex and Little Miss Seraphal. Seraphal, explain yourself. What are you doing here? Surzex, Katlia Leviathan, descendant of the first Leviathan. Katlia, I'm here to bring destruction and chaos. A light came from her staff, and an explosion happened. With Izuku and Ricky. Izuku, whoa? What happened? Ricky, we can worry about them later. We have to hurry. Izuku nodded, and they continued to run until they made it to the ORC. Izuku, we're in. Let's hurry. Ricky, find their aura. Ricky nodded. Eventually, Ricky found them. Ricky, good news. I found them. Bad news. A lot of magicians are in the building. Izuku, I see. Well, there's nothing we can do about it except fight on. They rushed ahead and came across some magicians who tried to blast them. Luckily, they dodged the attack. Magician 6, Seiji and his Lucario. We've heard a lot about you. Izuku, leave now and no one has to get hurt. Magician 7, I was about to say the same to you. Izuku and Ricky sighed before they narrowed their eyes. Izuku, don't say I didn't warn you. Izuku sent out a green shockwave and absorbed enough cells to transform into his 10% form. Izuku Lucario, use Bone Rush. Ricky got in front of them in a flash, having activated one for aura, and began to repeatedly slam his bone staff into the magicians before sending them back. Izuku Dragon Pulse. He fired Dragon Pulse and defeated the magician. Izuku, let's press onwards. They continued to rush to the others, defeating any magicians that came towards them. They were so focused on their mission, they didn't notice Azazel battling it out with Katlia. Eventually, they made it to the room where the others were being held. However, magicians were getting in their way. Izuku, I'm so tired of this. Lucario. Alola strike. Ricky right. He charged towards the magicians in a cross-chop position, but then his pause became. Then, Ricky used Bitter Blade and cut the door into 4 pieces, showing everyone what Ricky did. This made everyone's eyes widen, including Ricky's. Izuku, what the what? That's Bitter Blade. Ricky, how is this possible? We've finally passed the singularity point. Everyone looked to see a spirit of a Cerulege behind Ricky. Ricky, what the what? The Cerulege looked at Ricky. Cerulege. At long last, the singularity point has passed. Ricky Steele. 1 for Aura has reached the point where you will start being able to use the signature moves of the past users. Like mine. I am Spectre, the 7th user of 1 for Aura. You have unlocked my signature move, Bitter Blade, and my ability, Flash Fire. Use it to rescue your friends. The spirit then faded. Izuku. No way, that's so awesome. Liko, what just happened? Izuku shook his head. Izuku, we'll talk more about it later. For now, let's save them. Magician 3. How did you two even get here? Izuku. We have our ways. They then turned their attention to the suffering Gasper. Izuku then turned back to normal. Izuku. Don't worry, guys. We're here. Gasper. Izuku Seiji, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Izuku. Don't apologize. This isn't your fault. Magician 1. Don't take another step closer. They brought swords close to the captured 4's neck. Izuku. You monsters. You'd go so far as to point swords at a bunch of kids. TCH. Gasper. Gasper, huh? Izuku. I have a plan. But to make it work, I need you to listen to what I'm about to tell you. No matter what. Do you trust me? Gasper. Yes, Seiji. I do. Izuku smiled. Izuku. In that case, Lucario. He held out his left arm. Izuku. Use Bitter Blade on me. Ricky, what? Why would you? Oh, I get it. He then slashed Izuku's arm with Bitter Blade, which made him draw vital fluid. Izuku then put the vital fluid on his fingers from his right hand. He then flicked his finger, and it landed on Gasper's cheek. Izuku. Now, Gasper. Take mine. Rescue the others. You can do it. We believe in you. Liko, Sprigatito, and Eri looked at Gasper, who gained a determined look. Gasper, right. He then licked it on his cheek, and in a flash, the girls were back with Izuku and Ricky while Gasper was gone. Eri, what happened? Magician 2, no? He stopped time. Magician 4. I don't understand. The sacred gear was suppressed. Then, many bats flocked towards them. Shadow hands appeared and began sucking the vital fluid and power of the magicians. One of the magicians tried to escape. Izuku. No, you don't. Ricky. Bitter Blade. One more time. Ricky got in front of the magician and slashed them with Bitter Blade. Izuku. To think this is only a fraction of Gasper's power, though. Heh. Thanks for the idea, Azazel. Sprigatito, behind you. They looked to where Sprigatito was shouting to see a magician try to blast them. Luckily, Gasper froze the attack in time. Gasper, it's no use. I can see every move all of you are making. He then froze all of the magicians in time. Gasper, Izuku. Now. Izuku right. Ninja go. He spun around like a tornado and hit every one of the magicians, thus knocking them out. Izuku, we did it. After that, Izuku put the bracelet he was given onto Gasper's left arm. Izuku. This'll keep you more in control. Gasper. Wow, thank you. Eri, Daddy. Thank you for saving us. Izuku hugged Eri. Izuku. You were very brave out there. Now please, can you be brave for just a little longer? Eri. Okay, Daddy. Izuku, great. He then broke the hug. Izuku. All right, everyone. Let's get out of here. Everyone, right? And with that, they left. Azazel. Here, have a gift. Issei took down a magician before another one got behind him. Luckily, Izuku blasted the magician before he could get hurt. Issei, Seiji. But am I glad you're here? Izuku. Is everyone okay out here? Issei. Yeah, we're all good. Izuku then brought Gasper and Eri inside the barrier that Surzex, Azazel, and Michael created to shield them from the big explosion. Izuku. Make sure to take care of them, okay? Surzex. All right. Izuku. Thanks. He then left the barrier and met up with Liko and Ricky. Izuku, let's do this. They charged towards the magicians, and everyone continued to fight on. Gasper. I should help them. I want to help. Rias. Seiji. They turned to Gasper. Gasper. Please listen. I can fight, too. I want to be a hero just like Seiji is. I want to make you all proud of me, and I want to be worthy of you. I will fight. I just have to. I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect my friends. He then took off the bracelet. Rias, you can't, Gasper. Izuku, do it, Gasper. Rias, what? Izuku, I believe in you. Gasper, I won't let you down, Seiji. Watch me. I can be a hero too. A bright light came from him, and when it died down, those that were frozen were now unfrozen. Mio, what just happened? Sona, your guess is as good as mine. Seraphol, welcome back, Sona. She hugged her. Sona, will you get off of me? Seraphol broke the hug. Seraphol, sorry. Kaneko, this isn't the inside of the school. Rias, Gasper did it. Izuku, see? I knew he could do it. Gasper then fell down and Fried caught him. Fried, okay, I'd ask for an explanation, but clearly this ain't the time. What I do know is that clearly those weirdos need to be taught a lesson. He handed Gasper to Asia and everyone but her. Gasper, Surzex, Seraphol, and Michael left the barrier. Fried, Charizard, let's help them out. He sent out Charizard, and everyone began to help out in the fight. Azazel, well then, why don't we start getting serious here? I'm so bored right now, are you? He then brought out. Katlia, what are you holding? Azazel, something much more interesting than war. Call it my hobby. This is the Downfall Dragon Spear. It's an artificial sacred gear developed by yours truly. Balance Break. Azazel, Armor of the Fallen Dragon. Downfall Dragon, another armor. Izuku, Holy Woe. That's sick. Azazel, now come here. Katlia, I'll kill you. She charged towards Azazel. However, he thrusted his light lance and hit her, making her scream in pain. Azazel, ha ha ha. But then, Katlia's arms elongated and split up. Katlia, I am not necessarily needed for the creation of our new world. The arms wrapped around Azazel's left arm. Katlia, if I can take out one of the three great powers, then I welcome death. The arms then merged with the armor. Katlia, I'll destroy myself for glory. Azazel, destroy yourself? Huh. I don't want to mock your hopes and dreams, but it doesn't seem worth it. He cut off his arm. Azazel, you'll still die. He then threw his light lance, and it went through Catilia's head, killing her. Azazel, but I'm only willing to give up an arm for you. He then turned back to normal and used a magic circle to stop the bleeding. He then caught a purple orb. Azazel, and yet again, there's still plenty of room for improvement. But I guess you can stay with me a little while longer. My Dragon King Fafnir. Izuku, he is awesome. Fried, haha, no arguments here. But we're not done yet, bro. Izuku, right. They then continued to destroy the remaining magicians with everything they had until they were all gone. Azazel, nice. They've annihilated everyone. But then, he was hit with a white blast and sent into the ground. Izuku, Azazel. He rushed to the pit that was created from the attack to check on Azazel. Azazel, don't worry about me, kid. I'm good. Still, must be losing my edge. Bad, Valley. Valley, sorry, Azazel. Things looked more interesting on this side. Say, Valley, you're the one who betrayed us. Azazel, I can understand, but there is something I'd like to ask you. He flew up to Vala's level. Azazel, you know Shimhaza, my vice-governor general. Well, he's recently informed me of a faction that has been gathering the dangerous elements and members of the three great powers. What were they called? Oh, yes, the Chaos Brigade. Surzex, Chaos sounds accurate. Seraphol, whoever's in charge must be strong. But why would anyone gather such dangerous people together? Azazel, so, I bet I can guess who's leading you. Has to be Orphis, the Ouroboros dragon, right? Rias Orphis? It can't be. Issei, is that another dragon? Rias, the infinite dragon god, a dragon so strong, even God was afraid of him. Valley, yes, it is true I have sided with Orphis. But believe me, neither one of us has the slightest interest in world domination. We're just a group who formed in order to use our power. Nothing else. Azazel, well, that makes more sense. Conspiring with Katlia seemed a little beneath you, but even so, both of you had devil titles stolen, so I wasn't sure. Seraphol, he's a Devil King descendant, too? Izuku, who are you really, Valley? Valley, my name is Valley Lucifer. I am a direct descendant of one of the dead Devil Kings. My mother was a human, so I'm a half-blood. My father was the grandson of the former great Devil King Lucifer. Rias, no, it can't be true. Izuku, of course. Half-human. That explains why he has a sacred gear. Azazel. So basically, your very existence is a joke. Valley, I would go with Miracle personally, but to each their own. He then showed his devil wings. Michael, dear God. Azazel, I have a feeling this one will be the best white dragon emperor the world has ever known. Past, present, and future. Valley, Issei how you do. Fate can be cruel, wouldn't you agree? I am the strongest white dragon emperor, and I carry with me the blood of the devil king. But you are just a lowly human. Before becoming a devil, you weren't even an impressive student in high school. That is to say, aside from the boosted gear, you are nothing. It's disappointing. It's so disappointing it's funny. Even though we are rival sacred gears, you and I are as far apart as the sky to the earth. Issei, you got a point there, Valley? Valley, I do. I think you should try harder. Maybe you should try being an Avenger. I could kill your parents if that would help. Issei and Izuku's eyes widened in horror. Izuku, what did you say? Issei turned to Izuku with even more fear. Issei, Izuku? Izuku, you think it's fine to just kill people important to others? You monster. Freed. Oh no, everyone get back. Izuku's about to snap. Issei, it's Izuku. How bad could it be? Freed, you don't understand. Izuku doesn't get mad very often, but when Izuku does get mad, a powerful shockwave came from Izuku and many cells came to him. Izuku, I won't let you kill anyone. Issei will not suffer the same fate I have. Everyone's eyes widened hearing him say that. Freed, it gets really bad. Issei, what did he mean by that? Freed, not my story to tell. Valley, look, Albion. It seems I have angered the Green Dragon Emperor instead. Albion, the sacred gear uses strong feelings to sustain its power. It appears that you have triggered some trauma from the Green Dragon Emperor. Valley, well, this should be interesting. Issei, I gotta help. Freed, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Trust me, you do not want to cross an angry Izuku. Issei gulped. Izuku, extreme speed. They constantly clashed with each other until Valley landed a blow to his gut and sent him back a bit. Albion, divide. A green aura left Izuku. However, he barely felt anything. Valley, that's strange. I expected him to feel much weaker. Albion, that is because Zygarde is made entirely of cells. You can divide as much as you want, but you'll only be dividing a few cells at a time at best. And with how many cells Zygarde has, it won't mean much. Valley, good to know. Good thing I absorbed the power of plenty of magicians. So I'm already at peak condition. However, Izuku noticed red sparkles coming from Valley's wings. Izuku, what's going on? Zygarde. It appears that he was already at peak condition by the time your battle started and only tried to weaken you. Luckily, with all the cells made up of my body, it barely had an effect. Despite only obtaining a small amount of power, he is sending the extra energy he got from you out through his wings. In doing so, he is able to maintain his power at the upper limits of his capacity. Izuku. So he has a limit, huh? Valley, exactly. I just realized something. During the fight with Kokobile, you were fighting for the sake of your friends, weren't you? Does this mean I should kill your friends? He sent blasts at Freed and Eri, but Izuku got in front of them to protect them. Izuku, you monster. Thousand waves. He split up into a bunch of hexagons and began to carry and barrage Valley with them. Izuku, you want power. How about this? The hexagons then began entering the gaps of Valley's suit. Rias, what's he doing? Freed. He's overloading the power Val is absorbing by forcing him to absorb his power. Albion, the mechanisms are going into overdrive. We must restart the system. Izuku then put himself back together. Izuku, 1,000 arrows. Izuku fired many arrows that hit Valley and broke his balance breaker, making him fall to the ground and puke a bit of vital fluid. Valley, that was impressive. You completely blew away my sacred gear. You can certainly hold your own. I expect nothing less from the Green Dragon Emperor. He then began to glow blue before he reactivated his balance breaker. Issei, son of a drag. It won't be over until the other person is unable to fight any longer. This is how dragons battle. Issei, wow. Izuku then noticed the broken orb that came from the shattered balance breaker. Izuku, Zygarde. I have an idea. Zygarde, I'm with you all the way. Izuku then put the orb in his mouth and ate it. Valley, what the? A white aura then burst from Izuku before large white wings, identical to Valley's, appeared. Izuku, yes. It worked. Issei, holy cow. He took his power. Drag. Had you done something like that, you would have shed off many years of your life. But for someone like the Green Dragon Emperor, it can be managed no problem. Valley, the more I fight this human, the more I'm impressed. Well, it's my turn to play seriously. He flew up, and then Albion, half dimension. Vala's wings began to glow before he held out his hand and clenched it, causing the school to begin to shrink. Issei, what's he doing? Michael, Vala is warping the dimensions. It's a very dangerous action. Rias, wait, how is that fair? Freed, obviously it's not. Azazel, oh, what are we going to do now? Our Green Dragon Emperor will have to want it more to win. Let's try adding another element that isn't fair of our own. Freed, Azazel, what are you planning? Azazel, ha ha ha. Issei, I got a bad feeling about this. Azazel, hey, Green Dragon Emperor. Izuku. Izuku turned to Azazel. Izuku, yeah? Kind of busy here. Azazel, let me make this simple. That power he has divides things around it in half. And he can choose what he has and what he doesn't. Izuku, I noticed. Azazel, meaning if he divides our insides in half, but not our outsides, there's no chance any of us will be able to sustain life. We'll all die? Izuku's eyes widened in horror. Izuku, all my friends dead? Kaneko dead? Eri dead? Freed dead? Ricky dead? No, 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 and oh, low. A far more powerful shockwave than ever before came from Izuku and knocked everyone off their feet. Freed, what have you done? You just made him even more furious. Sona, everyone, look. They looked to see many green lights going the barrier before it was shattered, and the lights began entering Izuku. Issei, what's going on? Izuku, you won't kill them. I won't let you. Azazel, ha 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 ha. This is working even better than I expected. Issei, seriously, what's happening? Azazel, ha. He's absorbing every single Zygarde cell in the entire world. Sona, what? Zygarde, defender of order. Balance breaker. Everyone's eyes widened seeing that form. Issei, is that Izuku? Sona, it is. This is Zygarde at 100% of its power. Azazel, didn't think I'd see it again so soon. Valley, well, this just got even better. Albion, Valley, this is bad. This is very bad. Valley, Albion. Albion, you don't stand a chance now? That is the same creature that destroyed me and Draig all those years ago. We unleashed everything we had on it. But he shrugged it off like it was nothing. No matter what we did, we couldn't make a dent. Valley, oh no. Izuku, try laying a finger on any of them, and I will make sure you regret it for the rest of your life. He rushed towards Valley in a flash and punched him in the gut, sending him back and puking up. Valley, so strong. He tried to fly away, but Izuku was quick to follow. He grabbed him by the shoulder and clenched it tight before he brought his fist back. Izuku, this is for RIS. Who treats others with care. He punched Valley in the gut and sent him back. Zygarde, divide. He took half of Vala's power and added it to his own. Izuku, this is for Akino. She may be a Suddy and a Maso, but she also cares greatly for her friends. He fired his 1,000 arrows at Valley, and they all hit, making him yell in pain. Izuku then got in front of Valley. Izuku, this is for Asia, the nicest person I've ever met. He kicked Valley in the gut and sent him back more. Izuku, this is for Gasper, who I can relate to more than anyone else. Valley was hit with a powerful dragon pulse. Izuku, this is for Kiba, who will always go to great lengths for his friends. He then used 1,000 waves on Valley and barraged him with incredible strength before getting above him. Izuku, this is for Sirfetsich, who fought alongside us for our sake. He kicked Valley into the ground. Izuku, this is for Zenobia, who would sacrifice her friendship for her friend's own good. He hit Valley with scale shot. Izuku, this is for Mio, who never hesitates to show concern for my well-being. He punched Valley in the face with Brick Break, creating a powerful shockwave. Izuku, this is for Liko, who has treated me with nothing but kindness since I first enrolled at KUH. Valley was then hit with a powerful Land's Wrath, sending him up in the air, but Izuku wasn't done yet. Izuku, this is for Sprigatito, who will do what she can for her friends. He slammed his fist down on Vala's gut, and he crashed into the ground. Izuku, this is for Kaneko, who helped me realize that even someone like me can find love. He hit Valley with Breaking Swipe and cracked the ground beneath him. Izuku, this is for Irina, who was willing to help her own enemies for the greater good. He picked up Valley before throwing him into a bunch of trees, breaking them. Izuku, this is for Sona, one of the smartest people I've ever met. Valley was hit with Stone Edge and was sent upwards. However, Izuku got above him. Izuku, this is for Issei. He may be a pervert, but he has a good heart. He landed right in front of Valley, and the impact of the landing sent Valley up more before Izuku punched him in the gut again, making him puke up more vital fluid and sending him back. Izuku, this is for Eri, my daughter who I will fight for no matter what. He hit Valley with Zen Headbutt and not only broke his helmet, but also sent him into the ground. Izuku, this is for Freed, who adopted me as his little brother when I was feeling like my life was over. Izuku rammed into Valley with extreme speed. Valley tried to get up after that attack, but to no avail. Izuku, and this is for Ricky, my best friend who always stayed by my side, no matter how bad things got. Valley screamed in pain as he was engulfed in a massive explosion. Izuku then landed on the ground. Izuku, it's over, Valley. Valley laughed. Valley, yes, I believe it is. You're far stronger than I thought. He got back up. Barely. Valley, I barely have enough strength left to get up, let alone activate the Juggernaut drive. Then, someone jumped down. It was Valley. Biko, what are you doing here? Biko, we're finally going to fight with the Northern Earth gods, so I was sent to find you and bring you back. Valley, I see. It's about time. Hopefully we can get a chance to rest first. I'm beat. Biko, really? You? He then noticed Izuku. Biko, is that? Valley, meet Seiji, the hero of this town. Biko, geez. Izuku, your name is Biko? Biko, that indeed. And you're supposed to be a hero, huh? Maybe someday we can fight. I'd love to see that strength for myself. Until next time. The two then teleported away. Izuku, Valley, if we meet again, I'll protect everyone with my life, just like today. Izuku then fell to his knees and turned back before falling asleep. Ricky, Seiji. He rushed to Izuku to check on him before sighing in relief. Ricky, he's okay. Freed went over to Izuku and picked him up. Freed, well guys, we should probably go. Izuku needs rest. Eri, will Daddy be alright? Freed, yep. He's just tired. Eri nodded. Freed, I trust you all to finish things up. Bye. And with that, Freed, Ricky, Eri, Asia, and Izuku left. The next day at the ORC, Azazel. And so, starting from this day forward, I have become Freed's assistant advisor for the Occult Research Club. Rias. Wait, you can't be serious. Azazel. Oh, but I am. I asked Surzex and everything. He told me I should talk to Seraphal's little sister about it. Izuku, you did this, Sona? Sona. Look, I didn't have much of a choice. If I didn't agree with it, my sister threatened the worst. She said she'd come instead. Rias. So basically, what you mean is you sold us out. Sona, anyway, I'll leave you to it. She then left. Freed. Hey, Azazel. How's you get a new arm? Azazel. Oh, my new friend here is the omnipotent arm I made during all my sacred gear research. I've always wanted to equip something like this, and I'm so glad I did. His arm transformed into multiple things before he shot it off like a rocket, and it ricocheted off the walls. Azazel. Now, understand, Surzex had one condition for me. His arm came back to him and reattached itself. Azazel, I cannot stay here unless I provide a gift to you. Gasper, yeah? What kind of gift? Azazel, as long as I'm around, I will help you properly develop your sacred gears. The boosted gear, the Holy Devil Sword, Forbidden Baylor View, Twilight Healing, and of course, the mysterious Defender of Order with its unpredictable evolution. I can use the research I've done to evolve them on an individual level, understand? Izuku. Then I look forward to it. Azazel. Good to hear. I'm looking forward to working with you all. Rias. Hold it. I never agreed to this. How can we even trust you? Azazel. Oh yeah? Surzex gave me another message for you, as well. Rias. Another message? Azazel. Upon observing what awakened our town hero's balance breaker, he realized that it was possible because of the friends he has made and how he will do whatever it takes to protect them. It's pretty clear that what fuels his power is the people he cares deeply about. Friends, family, lovers, they're what drives him forward. Izuku. I'm kinda confused. Azazel. All right then. This is an official order in the name of the great devil King Lucifer. All members of the Occult Research Club are hereby directed to move in with Izuku immediately. There you go. Izuku, pardon. Freed. We're gonna need a bigger airship. Later. Everyone was now on board the brave Olivine. Say, dude, this is where you live? Sweet. Eri, mommy, are you really moving in? Kaneko. Yes, sweetie. I am. We'll be spending much more time together now. Eri, why? Molly, you know, I wasn't expecting something like this to happen. Freed. Yeah, tell me about it. Welp, looks like we'll need to make some renovations for a much bigger brave Olivine to house everyone. Rias, I can help with that. I'll have my brother improve this ship and make it better. Freed. Great. Looking forward to it. Izuku. Well, my life is certainly about to get much more interesting. So, this was the end of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.